Yo, check it out, man. Anime Hanashi is what you're watching. The podcast that you won't be dropping, that's listed everywhere, causing drama from the city of Compton to Akihabara. Talking about anime, it ain't no stress. The podcast is sure to impress. With me, Lewis, and the rest of the crew. Sit back, relax, and we'll show you how we do. Oh yeah.
Hello and welcome to the third episode of the Anime Hanashi podcast. So really quickly about how the podcast will be released. Every episode of the podcast will be 100% free on YouTube, but new episodes will be released early on animehanashi.com. So they'll be released 2 or 3 weeks earlier than the YouTube release. So these episodes can be purchased for £1 at animehanashi.com. But like I said, if you don't mind waiting a few weeks, they will be free on YouTube. Think of it as not only a way to get new episodes early, but as a way to support the channel and support the podcast. It's a very small price tag for the amount of time and effort I have to put into making these podcasts. And the more you guys support the podcast, the more the podcast can be made, and the better the podcast can be made. So on today's episode, we have Callum and Anthony. Do you guys want to introduce yourselves and your channels and stuff like that? Callum, do you want to go first? Callum's already been on episode 1. So.
Yeah. I'm Callum. I run a channel called The Canepa Effect. They are the only good anime reviews on the internet.
Spoken like a true anime reviewer. Narcissistic as always.
See, I can say that since I got the place first. Now you've got to try and rebut that, because I've just called your reviews shit.
Your opinions about my mediocre anime reviews completely scathed my entire soul. Anyway,
you should review Callum's reviews.
I actually had an idea about that once, but no, I think I won't do that. Anyway, I'm Anthony from Midnight Edge. Midnight Edge Reviews, I guess. I review shows that no one watches. That's the beauty about it.
How midnight edgy.
Yeah, don't fucking start with me. You have no idea how many times Kevin's made that joke. I'm sick and tired of it. I swear to God. I will shiv you some. I know where you live.
No, you don't. I know where you live.
You gave me the address once.
Why did I give you the address?
Because I don't know. Oh, that's right. Because I wanted to see how far you had to drive to the movies. I think. Spoiler alert! I've been in bed with Canepa, by the way. He lives in my region.
Yeah.
See, this is Australia. I don't know what you guys do.
We don't fucking do anything here. There's nothing in Adelaide. There's like the movies, and that's about it. And it gets hot as shit here.
Yeah.
If only. We did do crab boxing once, although that was just back in like primary school. We got 2 crabs, we put them on a rock, and they actually fought to death. And the little one actually nipped off the big one's arm. It was hilarious. Anyway, are we supposed to like get on topic or something, or do we just meander about like the video game podcast, which is the best podcast? Please go listen to it.
Yeah,
there's a bit of meandering, but there's a bit of actual stuff later. But we're still going to meander. But we're going to meander onto somewhat of a topic. I think we'll start with Callum because
he's
Callum's
number
Callum.
1.
We'll start with what have you been watching, Callum?
Of course. It's a very specific show that I'm not sure completely why I'm watching it, but it's called GA Geijutsuka Art Design Class.
Fuck.
Yeah, I heard you talking about it.
Let me Google this.
It's I only watched it because it was on Crunchyroll under the comedy section, and
I've done that a few times. I've gone onto Crunchyroll and just watched like the most random show.
Yeah, but it's actually surprisingly good because it's comedy but also educational. You get this entire show about learning art design, and they'll go into like real details. They'll talk about photography. They'll go some of the mechanics like lighting, rule of thirds. Some like painting ideas and even computer graphics. It also makes for a really good comedy show, and I'm not quite sure why it exists.
Well, aren't you doing design in like uni? So I'm assuming people like you probably
doing film, but I am actually doing a bit of digital design, so it kind of ties in. Yeah.
Is it a TV show? Did it air on Japanese TV?
Yes, apparently it's an
anime.
Yeah,
it aired in Japanese TV, 12 episodes, 24 minutes.
Well, how can they make 12 episodes, like each episode about something different?
They'll have, I think the most recent episode that I watched anyway was about sculpting, and they talked about like some papier-mâché ideas and aesthetics. and and prop design as well. It was just great.
Did they ever talk about like making anime?
No, that's I don't actually know if they might go into manga art style later on, but at the moment it's just general art concepts. Like they talked about I can't remember the words. There's a French word for it, but the idea of like when you look at a picture from one angle, then it starts to look like
no, that's the props. You're talking about what you calling about? No, I can't remember now. I haven't done.
I'm going to edit in after this podcast. I'm going to Google it and then say it, so it sounds like I knew it just like right off the bat.
Oh yeah.
So I know all about French photography.
It's not photography. It's the idea that like there can be a 2D image. Like sometimes there's
What, are you talking about the facade?
You go into like kind of like a facade. There is actually a proper name for it. But when you look at it from one angle, it's like, oh, there's a person standing there. Oh, there's a big hole in the ground. But then you move around, it's like, oh no, it was just whatever the French word for it is.
Okay.
Yeah, baguette or something.
It's called getting duped.
Yeah, baguette. Let's just go with baguette.
C'est la vie. Yeah, that sounds like a really random show, but I don't know. Is it worth watching? Well, it sounds like it's worth watching for educational purposes.
Yeah, it's surprisingly fun, and like the educational thing is just a bonus. I'm learning and having fun.
I feel like you'd enjoy it more since you're actually doing film. I'm not sure if it tickled my fancy because I tried to watch I tried to watch Shirobaka and honestly I couldn't watch it. I watched like 2 episodes and I just got bored.
Really?
Yeah, but Shirobako has like an actual like I guess story to it as well. Does like this show have a story to it?
It's not much of a story, but it's a skit-based comedy show. Like, Going Home Club and other comedy anime that are based around a club. Yeah, they'll just, like, one of them will just bring up a topic and then they'll make jokes about that for a while.
Yeah. What was that other one a few seasons ago that was like that? Oh, what was it? It was just in the club.
No,
it was just in a school club and it was just random each episode. I watched it, I really liked it, but I can't remember the name of it.
I really like the shows that do they stick to comedy, they don't try to do other things. Like the pure comedy shows tend to be pretty good if they do it right.
Yeah.
A lot of them just like skip out and try to shove in a romance or something. That's when it kind of annoys me.
Yeah, comedy, etchy romance is a disgusting
I feel like
combination
the best
of
example
genres.
of that is probably Trinity Soul. Just say that. That is the stereotype incarnate.
Trinity Soul?
Wait, what was it called? No, Trinity 7, sorry. Trinity 7.
Trinity 7.
Trinity Soul is a Persona
Yeah,
series.
I got them mixed up, yeah.
But yeah, Trinity 7 was just trash.
Oh man, I'm trying to remember the name of that show. It's like, I can see it. This is the third time someone's phoned me.
Jinsei?
Can you guys hear that? My house phone's going in the background.
Clearly,
yeah.
Clearly you're the talk of the town.
Yeah, and you're not
that's the third time. That means it must be important. No one ever phones my house phone. Or someone really wants to sell me something. So you guys entertain yourselves. I'm gonna like disconnect the phone or something.
This is so unprofessional.
Let's just postulate what the probable things that are happening. Like, do you think his parents are dying? I like to think that. I don't know.
Yeah, I like to think that. I like to imagine people's parents reaching a unfortunate demise.
Well, it makes for a great story in anime. Gotta have some good strategy.
Yeah, remember that episode of Anime Hanashi where tragic things happened?
I don't know who that was. I don't know. I checked my mobile phone because I thought if it's important, someone would have at least phoned my mobile phone first, but nobody did.
Was it Mormons?
I checked outside just in case someone's like forgot their key and was trying to get in, and there's nobody there. So I don't know how to work a house phone, so I can't check who it is.
Someone's clearly stalking you.
It'll forever be a mystery, but that'll be a massive chunk that probably won't make the podcast unless you guys like had a really like insightful discussion while I was away.
We were talking about how your parents died.
That's nice.
Well,
yeah, don't leave that in.
You always postulate the least happy option. That way you're never sad. That's what I always do with anime. I always think they're going to be complete trash when I watch them, and if they're good, that's just a bonus. And if they're not, which a lot of the time they're not, then I'm not sad.
That's a really awful way to look on life.
Oh, it's great.
Everything is shit.
So you just have to always presume that you're dead and you've died, and this is the plot twist. If you just presume that always, then nothing will be a disappointment. So this podcast, as well as being a podcast, is also a game show, if you haven't watched the first 2 episodes, where the guests here score points throughout the episode, and the person with the most points at the end of the episode wins the grand prize. which is currently held by Glenn from episode 2. Callum already has one loss to his name, so I'm sure he doesn't want to lose this one. But we're going to play our first game, which Callum's already played, so he's a bit of an advantage, but it's probably the most simple game. It's his guess the year of the anime.
Oh god, no.
So
shit.
I say
not again.
Please no.
I mean, it sounds easy. It sounds like, yeah, that's easy, but it's actually pretty difficult.
Wait, do we get infinite guesses? Because then we're just going to continuously say every year. Or is it just back and forth?
The thing is, it's the first one to say the first year, but you can't just like spam years.
Okay.
But if someone goes like, someone's not sure and they guess really quickly, then they could kind of gamble it, getting it right or wrong. But you don't lose any points for getting it wrong. So, but it's harder than you look, because like you start thinking of years. I remember the first episode. Taylor said it like really confidently. And then got it wrong. And that was Haruhi Suzumiya, and he's a big Haruhi Suzumiya fan. So it can even make your favorite shows hard to guess.
I don't know this year of my favorite shows.
So there's 3 shows I'm going to say. They're all worth a point each, so you can get upwards of 3 points out of this round.
Is one of the Mushishi? Because I think I know the year for that.
No.
God damn it! It's like the one show I know.
Okay, I've got the advantage.
Yeah,
because he only knows Mushishi.
I think Mushishi's 2006 or 2008, and I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think it's I think Mushishi's 2006. Yeah.
You're not getting a bonus point for that.
10 bonus points.
That's the one show I know.
I'm going to say the first one.
Oh no.
This is for worth 1 point. It's Ghost in the Shell standalone complex.
2005.
First season.
I don't actually know.
2001.
2003.
Okay.
2004.
2002.
Yeah, it's 2002. You skipped. You guys skipped.
Oh shit! I skipped.
You went 2001, 2003. It's like it can't possibly. 2000.
It can't possibly be 2002. I knew it was around that time. I just wasn't sure.
So the second one is it's not a series. It's a movie. It's Spirited Away.
1980.
2000.
No.
1986.
1999. 1995.
Oh, you guys
1972.
1997.
1972.
1820.
Yes.
1990.
Nope. You guys are still way
2003.
That's closer.
2004. 2005.
2004. 2001.
Yes. It's
oh, damn it.
Yes.
You guys were going for like 1980s. Like
I said 2000, and then I went down.
When you say Ghibli, you think, oh, it's 80s.
I was pretty sure it was later because our Japanese teacher used to always love those movies, and we had to watch them all. And I'm pretty sure she used to get them close to a release.
But then you never know if that's a re-release, especially with Ghibli,
True.
which has been re-released so many times.
Yeah, Ghibli films normally take a few years to come over here anyway. So this next one's a pretty tricky one, but I'll give you a clue. It's a recent film, like in the last 10 years. It's not from the 1970s. This one is also a movie. It's Redline.
Oh, I remember that. 2009 or
2008.
Oh, god damn it! I think it's probably 2008.
2007.
2010.
Nope.
2006.
Yeah, 2010.
Ah,
2010.
Yeah. This doesn't feel like knowledge. I feel like everyone's listening is just like they're just fucking guessing.
Yeah. Sometimes people know a bit.
Like we have a general idea of era, I guess, but
I think it's also like when you're under pressure, when you know someone else could guess it at any minute, you kind of like your mind starts to go away. That's what I found. Like when playing these games, when you're up against someone else, people start to just forget things. People just forget, like, oh, this was made here.
It's just really obvious things.
Yeah, it's really funny. But yeah, Redline came out in 2010. Although I think it took like 5 years for them to make because it was all like hand drawn.
It's quite animated well. Animated quite well.
So it's
English.
It's currently 2-1 to Anthony.
Oh, too good.
Callum getting beat.
It was 2-1 in bed as well. Don't you remember, Callum?
This will be in bed.
Don't bring that up.
But there's plenty more points to be won for the game show. So, Anthony, what do you want to talk about?
Oh, okay. I don't know. The only show I've watched in a bit is probably Xam'd, but then I have been reading a lot of manga as well. So am I just going to talk about Xam'd then, or
you can talk about whatever you want?
All right. Okay. Well, Xam'd is it's weird. Like it's kind of like Rasafan and Eureka 7, but I feel like its characters are a little less annoying than Rasafan.
Can we just reverse there? Did you just say Eureka 7?
Yes. What about Eureka 7?
Get out! Run away! Run away!
I didn't. Well, I haven't like even seen all of Eureka 7. I stopped watching it partway through.
It's Eureka 7.
Oh, sorry, Eureka 7.
That's,
Oh, yeah.
It's-
brought up this point.
words.
Yeah.
We have the opportunity now.
I'm
It's
sorry.
not Eureka 7.
I've listened to the Podtaku too much, even though I've only listened to like
Right.
one of them.
You were right, Calm's too busy watching the American drama Eureka.
Hey, Eureka is an American word.
Wait, isn't her name
Like, in
Erica?
English-speaking words, if they're going to put it in anime, we get the chance to say it right.
Wait, but her
Whilst
name's
they
Eureka,
fail,
so I just assumed
call
it's
it-
Eureka 7.
Yeah, her name. Yeah, this is based off her name.
name's Eureka.
I think there's an L in
I
it as well. They
think
pronounce it with an L, but
Wait,
I
Callum,
can
have
never
you
do
even
that.
seen the show?
Seen the first few episodes.
Alright. Well, whatever.
Have you seen the American drama
No.
Eureka,
No,
which always comes up
no.
if you try to buy any DVDs for Eureka 7? Eureka always comes up. It's like Eureka 7 box set 1, and it comes up Eureka season 1, and it's like this.
So you just have a pile of these.
Yeah, I
Like,
keep
God
buying
damn
that
it,
mistake.
not again.
I've just got like I've got like all 20 seasons of Eureka.
Is that why everyone in the West still calls it Eureka? Just because they do not want to get this Eureka American TV show?
It's a common mix-up.
Yeah, but fuck
Yeah,
Americans.
continue about
Yeah,
a show that I can't
Zam.
pronounce. Other
Okay,
show
so
that we can't pronounce because
it's kind of like
that's spelled like X
it's just called
apostrophe
Xam'd.
AMD, isn't
Yeah,
it?
some Greek bullshit there. Anyway, so it's like classic sci-fi setting. It's basically like there's a war between two, basically the Northers and the Southerners, and the Northers use biological weapons known as the human forms, I believe. And then basically the main character gets infected by a bioweapon and becomes one of the Xam'd, which is kind of like a super fighting dude. Kind of like if you took what were they called in Evangelion? The suits. What are they called?
Avas?
The Avas, yeah. If you just took the Avas and made them smaller, but just made them like with no pilot, it's kind of like that. So basically, he just becomes a
Right.
beast, and it's just basically about him. He gets like picked up by a postal ship, and they just go around. Well, you think it's about just them fucking around for half a season, but then just like this random things happens halfway through, and then just like completely changes the tone of the entire thing. And it's really weird because
Yeah.
it focuses on so many things. It does become a bit convoluted, but it does a decent amount of them well. Like it's got a couple of relationships, and one of them is it's like a divorced marriage, which it's kind of focuses on like re-establishing this relationship, and the other relationship is like kind of the main relationship, but it's not really this girl's got to kind of confess her feelings. It's kind of these people already love each other. They just need to like try and get back to each other because this event that happens at the very start kind of like splits them apart. Generally,
Is this Bones as well? This
I should
made by
probably know
Bones?
the studio. I'm reviewing it, but
I think it is.
It is Bones, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's the same as Eureka 7.
you know the
and-
studio, and you haven't even seen it, Callum.
Yeah,
high
'cause
quality
I
review
do,
right here.
I was actually planning on watching it
Oh, fair enough.
because I've heard a lot about it, and honestly, the opening is just one of those.
Oh, it's
Things
so
that-
fucking catchy.
I play the opening so many times.
It's
that
so
like,
good.
Maybe I should actually watch the show.
I didn't actually know the
Bones-
opening was in English until a while, because when Glenn said "Be my lemon drop,"
They
I
say,
was
run
like,
away,
"What?"
Run away, run away, run away so many times.
I wasn't paying attention. I knew part of it was in English, but the other parts sound like really slurred, and I just couldn't tell what they were saying, so I just assumed it was like some kind of Japanese I didn't get. But yeah,
it seems like a classic Bones show. They do a lot of the shows like this, and sometimes it works really well, like for this and Eureka 7. But then sometimes it like works terribly, like Captain Earth a few
I haven't
seasons ago,
seen that.
where just like nothing makes sense.
well, it's like part of it. I feel like it's a solid show in its own right, but I don't think there wasn't enough to wow me. Like the first 10 episodes were they were all right, but they weren't that good. I was just thinking about dropping the show part way through, but then it does generally get better. But
Yeah.
the ending, some people, I'm not going to say what happened in the ending, of course, but a lot of people did get angry at the ending because it sort of didn't cop out in one of the events, but honestly it didn't really. It was just it tied into the world a decent amount.
Did it leave the ending like open for? Like,
Oh no,
another
it
season?
closed. It finished. That I was happy with that. It did finish legitimately.
Because that's what they done with Eureka 7. They kind of left it open and then never really made anything to follow up.
Okay, technically you can make another part of it, but it wouldn't really make sense to. Like you could, but
Yeah.
why would you bother?
Well, it's called Xam'd Lost Memories,
Yeah.
so maybe they could make a season called like Xam'd
The Found
We Found
Mem-
the Memories or something like that.
Apart from
Yeah.
that, I've been reading. I just finished one reading apparently they're called manhwa, Korean manga. Oh, how dare I bring up Korean manga in anime? Whatever, who fucking cares?
Yeah, get out here. You're going to talk about the gamer, aren't you?
No, I'm not talking about the gamer. Although it reminds me of the gamer, but I think it's just because of the art style. But
that's the only manhwa that anyone watches.
I've read. It was called Hero Blitz. It was actually only 40 chapters and it was quite good, to be honest. It's kind of like this government organization biologically engineers like a couple of kids to be heroes, but it's just really dark and like nothing ever works. It's rather short as well. Like it's only 40 chapters, but I think it's getting a second season apparently. I think it only finished recently.
Hero Blitz. I'm trying to Google it, but that's not coming up.
I probably shouldn't actually bring up things that no one's actually like heard about or can actually make conversation on. Yeah, I don't know. That about Xam'd, I'm not sure if I've got anything else to say without like spoiling it. It's good enough, but it does take a while to get started, and it does get quite convoluted part of the time. Like, you know, the whole when you're watching Evangelion, or like I think it's even worse than Rasafan. When you're watching Rasafan, part of it you're just like, what the fuck? What?
Yeah, they tend to do that with their mecha shows. They always try and do like 9 different major things, and then realize that they can only really pull off 3 of those major things, and then say, okay, we'll just focus on those 3 things, and then you've got this massive world with all this stuff going on, and then it's just crazy.
That pissed me off about Captain Earth as well, because the first 6 or 7 episodes were actually pretty good.
Yeah.
But then they brought in these whole other things and whole new characters with the whole new motivations, and then we get this subplot about his family.
Yeah. It's pretty easy to bring up topics. You can bring up all the topics you want and seem like that you've made a masterpiece. When the hard thing is actually doing those topics and actually adding them in and executing them. That's the hard thing. So that's when people kind of get confused that all these things come up at the start of the anime and then none of them get answered. Yeah. It's like the first few episodes of Attack on Titan. I always use that as an example. There's so much going on in those few episodes. People think, oh, this is the best thing ever, this is going to be so massive, when in actuality they're not going to touch on any of that throughout the show. That was just literally to hook viewers. Yeah.
Season 2 of Attack on Titan will still not cover that goddamn basement.
They'll never cover that basement.
That's the only reason I'm watching.
Because they realise that once they get to the basement, they're done.
Yeah.
They've achieved the end goal.
There's going to be a shoujo romance about the basement, where the basement goes to high school. It's going to be like Nisekoi.
There actually is a shoujo, a high school
manga spin-off
of Attack on Titan.
For some reason, I'm actually reading Nisekoi, and I actually think it might. It actually could finish real soon because a certain thing happened, but I know they're not going to. I'm just sitting there they're not going to finish it. I thought, with the manga at least, I liked it at the start, but it did the whole romance thing of getting annoying and kind of dragging it on and just being okay, it should have finished 13 episodes ago, but just the phone rang during their confession. Oh no!
That's Nisekoi in a nutshell there.
And it's so worse with the manga because the manga is literally 130 chapters, and it happens for 130. That is not humanly possible. Yeah. Who the fuck wrote that?
That's the curse of the Shonen Jump. Yeah. If they realise that if they stop the series, there's a large chance that they might not be able to get back into Shonen Jump.
Yeah, and the thing about Nisekoi is that they just do not care about being subtle about keeping the story where it is. They're just look, we're not moving the story on. If you don't like it, you can stop reading because we're just going to do this over and over and over again.
It's not even that. The amount of girls, the amount of girls, you have no idea. Wait, have any of you actually read part of Nisekoi?
I've watched the series.
I flip through it in Weekly Shonen Jump,
and I see Taylor posting screenshots of it each chapter on Twitter. So I know half the girls.
There's 3 of the main girls.
Yeah, we've essentially watched it.
And then there's the childhood friend, and then there's the girl's sister, and then there's the other.
There's a little sister.
Oh no, the older sister. Sorry, there's an older sister introduced later, and then there's the actual love interest's sister likes him as well, because. And then you've also got the agent girl. What's her name? Surumi or something? I can't remember. The super secret spy girl. But yeah, there eventually there's 6 or 7 girls, and it's just for fuck's sake. It even mocks itself. It mocks itself with the amount of girls and with the whole class jokes with all the guys just being oh, how dare you. But it does it 7 times. It comes to the point of just being Oh, right, for fuck's sake, no. You can't reuse the same joke 10 times. It's not funny.
Yeah, the thing is, like, I probably won't watch the second season. I might have watched a little bit of it, but I'm not going to, like, keep up with it, because I know it's never going to conclude, but at least they're not trying to hide it. At least they're not trying to, like, string their viewers along, saying, oh, there's going to be a conclusion next episode, and never do it. At least they're kind of being like, look, this is going to be a really long manga. You're going to get what it says on the tin. You're going to get 7 girls or whatever, each having like an episode each to almost get with the guy, and then something's going to screw it up, like the bell's going to ring, or their phone's going to go off, or someone's going to walk past,
Cat's
or something.
going to jump on his face.
Yeah, something like that. It seems to mess it up every time. I mean, I presume one day. No, they probably won't ever even conclude it.
How can someone have simultaneously the best luck in the world and the worst luck in the world? Literally, like having 8 girls on his arms, but he just can't get one. Although he could get one if he just says, I like you, but that's not in his vocabulary, so who cares?
Yeah, he's got the best luck in the world, but he's got the worst girl pulling skills in the whole world. He's the most oblivious man in the whole world. I guess it's entertaining if you like. If you don't mind that, though, if you don't mind it going round in circles.
But it gets so old.
I guess
it's popular.
I guess it could be readable if you don't mind that.
I guess people in Shonen Jump are kind of
this is Shonen Jump.
They're kind of used to it. It's like,
well, if they like Naruto,
this is never going to end. We're going to accept that.
Yeah, like most shonen just do it, but they do it instead of each episode is each arc. They just go round in circles. So.
Yeah, it shows like that, like by how amazed people were that Naruto actually ended.
Yeah. I never even read the ending. I've read like all of like Naruto up to the last arc, and then half
really?
Of the last arc.
How the fuck did you get through that?
I don't know. I read it when I first got into anime, so I was still like I was still a wee lad.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah. So they spent 2 years on one like war arc.
It was not more than that.
Continuous battles.
Because I remember it was in that arc when I got into anime. I remember catching up with it, then stopping reading it, and then I haven't even read the ending yet. And I think there's something new coming out soon, is there not? Like a new manga or something?
Oh yeah,
new movie or something.
Yeah, there's Bolt. I constantly make jokes that the next series is going to be called Bolt, and there's going to be some big legal issue between like that. Was it a DreamWorks film?
Yeah, I remember
the story about the dog.
Yeah. Let's not actually talk about Naruto. I feel viewers dropping off already.
Well, to segue out of that, whenever people talk about the pleb days, I remember like one of the first animes I watched was Angel Beats, and I really liked it the first time I watched it, but now I've just got this inkling that if I go back and watch it, it's just going to be fucking awful. That's why I'm not going to go back and watch it.
Yeah, I've done that. Like Angel Beats was like also one of my first ones, and I have gone back and watched some of it, and it's like, how on earth did I watch this? This is so cheesy.
I still think Angel Beats holds up, but only as a comedy series.
It's a very
the comedy is on point, but God,
I'm just going to keep my happy memories.
The last few episodes of it were atrocious.
Although saying that, the first anime I ever watched was Eureka 7, which is quite on topic, and I've gone back and rewatched that, and it's still pretty good. It used to be my favourite anime of all time, but it's not anymore. It's not even in my top 10.
Yeah, that thing kind of like goes both ways. Like there was a couple of shows that I watched like at the start, like that I didn't think I liked as much, but I like better now. Yeah, it kind of goes both ways, to be honest. Like I want to rewatch Evangelion. I think I'll like it more, probably.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I done that. The first time I watched Evangelion, like I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. And like I thought, it's just like a mech show, and then I went back and rewatched like some of the episodes and stuff like that, and it's like there's like so much going on here that it just went right over my head the first time I watched it.
I may have absolutely ruined my chances of watching Evangelion because of the video I made on it.
You watched the rebuilds.
I've watched the rebuilds, so I can still experience those as they go through, but I ended up skimming through End of Eva for my video, and I know everything that happens in that movie.
Oh wow!
Not.
To be honest, that does not matter.
Yeah, that doesn't really matter.
You still have no clue what's going on in Eva.
I had to watch a fucking video to like explain it. Although when it's explained, I don't know. I feel like there's two reactions to when explained. It's either like you're talking fucking bullshit. This is just like artsy bullshit, or you think about it and you're like, oh no, that's quite interesting. I can see that, I guess. Or you can have your own interpretation, I guess.
Yeah, I've watched the explanation videos before where it's like put everything together, and it is a very well written story and stuff like that. It does make sense. It's just kind of like, it's hard to get that, because like there's plot points that they hide in like 1 second of it being on the screen. They'll have something like just be on the screen for a second, and that'd be a major plot point, or hidden in some dialogue somewhere they explain something. So it's like not really something that you can just like watch and go, oh yeah, okay, I understand that.
That kind of reminds me of like, oh, there was this amazing analysis of the Ghost in the Shell, the first Ghost in the Shell movie. It went on for like 30, I think it went on for like 30 or 40 minutes, but I think it's been taken off YouTube. It was like so good. I've seen that analysis, but this analysis was like on a different point. It was called, I'm pretty sure the video was called "There Is No Ghost in the Shell," and it's about the whole soul in the machine concept.
I've seen that.
But it's gone. I couldn't find it anymore.
There was someone that made one before, and I think got like 100,000 views. It was really good, and then it got tuned down. There's also like blog posts and stuff like that. That's like, I like that when like an anime can do that, make people like just keep going on and on and on, like 20 years after it aired about the show. There's a lot on like not YouTube but like Google about these kind of Evangelion stuff. I think there's like a whole website dedicated to Evangelion, like theories,
there most likely
like
is.
Facts, stuff like that, like a whole like wiki page about it.
Yeah, there's one about like Technolines as well.
There's people that go really in depth about it. It's pretty awesome.
I did watch Technolines recently. That was good.
Yeah, that's a very good show.
Lime doesn't like it, and I've asked him like 20 times why he doesn't like it, and he's never told me.
Too deep for him. I don't know. I like it. I don't think it's not one of these shows that's like too deep for people. Really, it's not even that deep to understand. Maybe he doesn't like.
Honestly, I think the first episode is just a bit off-putting, because like I think about like 3 words is said the first episode. So I was like, is it going to be like this the entire series? I'll go with it, but. Ugh. Yeah,
that's the thing. That's the thing with the guys that made it show. He does. Hebane Renmei as well, which is like that as well. It's like,
I love that show.
They don't explain much to the start, and it's just kind of like as you go on, it starts to make sense, and it's like a really nice payoff.
Yeah, I haven't seen Serial Experiments Lane though, because that's like the Holy Trinity.
Oh, that's like a whole other like. That's a whole other thing.
Oh, what? I thought Technolines was the most confusing. I thought I'd got overloaded.
Oh no!
Oh shit!
You have no idea about confusing until you watch Serial Experiments Lane. Like that, and at no point in Serial Experiments Lane does it just go like, oh, this makes sense now. It is just like, it's all trippy visuals, it's all crazy, plot points happening, all the characters going crazy, everything's breaking down. It feels like the anime is falling apart, not in a bad way, in a good way, but it's like falling apart as you're watching it. It's so crazy. It's definitely worth a watch, but some people will like it, some people won't. Okay, so we're going to go into our second game. So it's currently 2-1, as we said. This is only worth 1 point, but it's a pretty... I mean, anyone could get this. This isn't really a guess... Well, it is a guessing game, because it's guess the anime, but it's not just random guessing. So what I'm going to say is I'm going to give clues, one by one, about a certain anime, and you have to guess what that anime is.
What if I haven't seen it?
Then you lose your points.
I made sure it's something that's pretty recognisable.
Alright, fair enough.
There's 4 clues. I'm going to reveal 1 clue at a time. So the first clue is...
Clues! I'm sorry, that's it.
It falls into the... it falls into the sci-fi genre.
Oh,
that's
yeah. Is it Ghost in the Shell?
No, it's not.
Is it Xam'd?
It falls...
Are you sure it's not Xam'd?
You can also, you can only have 1 guess per clue.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Sorry. Okay, can my guess be Planetes?
Yeah, but it's not that, so...
Alright, fair enough.
You've already had 3 guesses. You can't go. Oh,
the second clue. Oh
no, to be honest, guess.
Well, you can guess, but I mean, it's pretty broad, to be honest.
Psychopaths?
No, that's not it.
That's crap.
Okay, the second clue is that it's falls under the 1980s decade.
Oh god damn it. It better not be Legend of Galactic Heroes. I already guessed.
No.
Okay.
It's not.
Cowboy Bebop?
Nope, that was 90s.
I swear to god, if it was, I would have trolled.
Shit, it is, yeah.
So it's the most recognisable anime in the universe.
Okay, the third clue is this is a bit of a giveaway. It's an adaptation of a manga.
Is it Trigun?
Akira?
Yes, it's Akira.
Oh god damn it!
Yes.
See, I thought that would be a giveaway because it's quite a famous manga. So that brings it back to 2-2. So the next game we're going to play. The next game is going to be next game's like a brand new thing. It's like it's a brand new game show that we've never used. It's not even like any other one.
Completely new ball game.
Hopefully, I've tested out with Glenn and he didn't get all of them all. So I mean, this could go anyway. Yeah, but we're gonna be talking about what I've been not watching recently, but playing recently.
Oh my
I've been
god.
playing it for like the last, I think like month. I think it came out in December. And it's Akiba's Trip.
Oh yes, I need to get that game.
Undead,
Haven't even
and,
heard of it.
Worth it?
Undead and Undressed.
Undressed.
I'm talking about-
Keep going.
Yeah, I'm talking
I'm
about
not
the
even wearing pants.
PS4 port. The PS4 port came out in December, I think, or November, but I got it in December because I had to buy it from Japan. It took ages, but it's not a PS4 game. It's a port of a PS Vita game, which I think came out even longer ago. So it's not like it's not like
2013, I
a.
think.
Yeah, I think it was quite a while ago. It's not like a full like next gen game or anything.
What is the game about?
So what is the game about? Okay, how can I say this without
Because I've never heard of it.
immediately putting everybody off the game?
Oh god, no. You said something undressed. Is it a visual novel kind of game?
It's not a visual. It's a JRPG and it's
Ah.
open world and it's a fighting game.
That sounds like Persona.
Yeah, it's like Persona kind
Oh.
of. How can I?
Except
How can
it's,
I?
button mashing,
So
isn't it?
so how can I describe the game mechanic? So basically, you have to fight these guys. It's all set in
like where this
Akihabara,
is
and you just
going.
walk around. You walk around Akihabara, and you have to fight people. Okay, there's nothing wrong with this so far.
Yeah.
And the way you defeat them is by stripping them.
Oh. No?
So this is where it turns Japanese. This is where
Yes.
it's like this is where all the reviews like turn from this is a good game to okay, this is like a 3 out of 10. This is too weird for me.
And
Like,
honestly,
I'm
I've
pretty sure
heard
like
weirder.
IGN gave it like such a low score, or it was one of these like big game companies, because it is like at first like when you hear that the game mechanic is to take people's clothes off, and so what you do is you like each person has 3 bits of clothing: their trousers, their t-shirt, and something on their head. And you have to hit each one until that their like HP for that goes to 0, and then you can take it off them. So you have to like each button hits a certain part of their body, and you have to do that, and then they can do that to you as well. So that's the game mechanic. It's just like armor, basically.
Is it all men, or is it females as well?
No, it's males and females, and you strip them
Oh.
down, and once they're in their underwear, they go oh, and then they run away. Like the way you do it is like you go into this super move thing where you like do cartwheels, and it goes into a little cutscene to like finally like finish them off and stuff.
This sounds like
And
the
to be
best
honest,
thing
like
ever made.
it sounds like a really like just a really Japanese thing, but the thing is like it's not that bad. Like when you play it, it's not like that terrible. There's no nudity in it. It never like
Oh,
alludes
shut
to
up.
anything sexual or anything like that. Like you never like there's no like sexual
It's purely for the game mechanic, essentially.
yeah, it is literally like a fun game mechanic. It is like it's so hard to like explain because no matter how you say it just sounds terrible, but it isn't. It genuinely is like not that bad. But
So it's not like a Senran Kagura or anything where it's just inherently like you like put like sushi rolls into the girl's mouth.
no, like that's the thing. There's nothing sexual about it
Yeah.
other than you're taking their clothes off and they run away. But other than that, it's a very good game. It's got a really cool story. It's like jam packed with anime references, Japanese culture references and stuff like that. Like the weapons are all like otaku things. Like you can get like wall scrolls, keyboards, and monitors and stuff for your weapons, and like posters and figures like anime figures and stuff like that.
Oh god, no.
And one of the collectibles in the game is that you walk around and you collect flyers for like maid cafes and stuff like that. It is like the ultimate game for anime fans because it's all set in Akihabara as well. So you just walk about this really lively, really colourful Akihabara. It is a really good game. I definitely recommend it. But it's like that thing where they kind of shot themselves in the foot for the Western audience because it's so Japanese. It's kind of
It was GameSpot that gave
Yeah.
it a 4 out of 10.
yeah. It's like
Who gives a fuck about that?
to be honest, it is understandable. Imagine never having watched anime, not really knowing much about Japanese culture other than like Final Fantasy and maybe a few JRPGs, and then going into this game, walking about this like crazy town where everybody's like a nerd, and like literally everybody walking about they have like the character types, and you have like otakus, goths, like plebs, you have like casuals, you have tourists, you have like elitists and stuff like walking about. It's like it's all anime jokes, and it's like, imagine like going in without actually knowing anything. It's kind of like the same. It's the same thing with trying to like show an anime to someone who doesn't watch anime, and if they accidentally show them something that's like weird, it's like nobody understands it. So it's that kind of similar.
So it's not
thing.
exactly the best gateway game. It's more of a like you said, more of a game for anime fans.
Yeah, it's definitely like I don't think anybody could play it not having watched anime and understand it unless they've got a very open mind.
Yeah,
Doubt
or they actually do like live in Japan and
and know what Akihabara is.
yeah, no, it's like, oh yeah, this is regular, this is normal.
Yeah,
accurate depiction.
but the best thing about the game is actually just walking about Akihabara, and you do like little side quests and stuff. You can go into shops, but the thing is like, since it's a PS Vita port, it's not fully open world. They do that thing where it's like 10 sections and you have to have loading screens between sections. But loading screens are like 2 seconds. It's not that bad.
Yeah, I imagine once the port's done, they could go, oh yeah, they're not really loading screens anymore.
Yeah, there's pretty much no, like, the loading screens are pretty much nothing, and you get like you normally get like a nice little picture of Supersonico on your loading screen, or you get some anime they've made up. That's what. Yeah, so I mean, it is this weird kind of fan service thing that people bring up a lot about in anime, but I don't know if you guys have any strong views on fan service.
I don't really like fan service, but that sounds more like, it's not like they're trying to get people to play it just because they've stuck some tits in. It sounds like there actually is a game mechanic that has been implemented for the sake of the game, essentially. Yeah,
it works when it's like it's part of the aesthetic overall.
Yeah, well, it's the thing. It's not fan service. It's a joke about fan service. It's kind of the South Park thing where they're not taking, like, South Park they're not making jokes about things. They're making jokes about people who make jokes about things. They're making jokes about people who are racist against Muslims. Like, that's the thing. It's a joke, it's not fan service. It's a joke about the whole thing of fan service and how people perceive it. So it's not even that bad, to be honest. There's so much, like, there's no like weird fetishes, or there's no like lolicon things in it or anything like that.
There's no lolicons. How's this anime?
Although there is a little sister character.
Oh, of course.
Oh,
well, there's one in
Persona.
Guess
Guess what her name is?
Katona-chan. I don't know.
What is it?
It's just the little sister.
Genius.
And she's just like, your like main base is this kind of barcade, and you have all your friends there, and she like lives at the back of that, and you go in for her for advice and stuff like that. It's quite funny.
I need to get a PS4.
Little sister, how do I take off
like
more
that.
people's clothes?
Yeah, and it's just little sister's room. That's the bit of the map that she stays in. Yeah, but it's definitely worth.
I have a
porting,
PS4, and I've only got one game on it, and that's Dragon Age Inquisition. So, and I really do want this to be my second game.
Yeah,
because it does look really cool.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of JRPGs coming out soon. So if anyone's watching and thinking of picking up a PS4, you should do it now, because this coming year there'll be quite a few JRPGs coming
But
out.
I have no money.
I've got a Final Fantasy Type 0 coming out next month.
Yeah.
Which is great.
There's Persona 5.
Disgaea 5 coming out soon, hopefully.
Yeah, Persona 5 sometimes this year as well.
And
Final Fantasy 15 coming out soon, hopefully.
The only problem is I didn't own like a PS3, so I'm kind of behind on all the older games. But there's a couple of games on the PS3 that are not even porting over to the PS4, which means I probably have to buy both.
Yeah, that's the thing. I didn't have a PS3 either, so like I missed out on all like the Tales games and stuff like that.
It's not just that. Like I missed out on like Shadow of the Colossus and like Ico and Okami. I really wanted to play those.
Yeah, I have those for the PS2 because I played the PS2 quite a bit, but I missed like the PS3, and like I didn't have like a PS Vita or anything till I got a PS4. So I've got like literally 10 JRPGs on the go that I still need to like finish, which probably comes to about 300 hours of stuff to do, which is insane. Which Persona 4 is like 75 hours. I've got both the Disgaea games 3 and 4, which I think are like 30-40 hours each. I've got obviously Akiba's Trip, which I don't think is that long, but I mean it's still pretty crazy. Like there's just so many JRPGs are so good, but they're so long. That's the one problem with them.
That's kind of why they're a bit more favoured to handhelds generally, just because you can do it on the go.
Yeah,
the PlayStation is like the king of JRPGs though, and I can't believe I didn't even have one in. Especially
the PS Vita, since like the Western markets kind of denied it. There's like we don't really want to produce games for it because they cost too much. In
Yeah.
Japan, the PS Vita is much more of a success, and there's a lot more games coming out because it's actually quite big in Japan. So there's a lot of JRPGs
Yeah.
for the Vita.
It's because the handheld market is massive.
Well, they're gonna have
Yeah.
too many
It's
fucking
great.
consoles because I need to get like a Wii U and then a PS4 and then a PS3 and then a PS Vita and then fucking a 3DS as well. God damn it!
That new 3DS that's out.
Oh yes, I got to
Yeah,
get that
yeah.
control. I got the old 3DS because I didn't know the new one was coming out. Like I got it a year before, or like half a year before it was announced, and they announced that, and I was just like, God fucking damn it!
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have any Nintendo consoles of my own, but
Fair enough.
we do have one in my house, so I do play like Mario Kart and stuff.
Well,
like
I
that.
like grew up with Nintendo, so you know, fanboy plebness, I
Yeah.
guess.
So this next game is a brand new game. It is not like any other games. It's not like guess the blah blah blah. It's worth 3 points.
Not
Oh
your
my
average
God.
game.
It's worth 3 points here, guys.
Order now and get free DLC.
Oh, that's an odd number.
But there's a twist. You can also lose points in this game.
Oh, the plot thickens.
So it's a risk. It's currently 2-2. So I mean, it's anybody's game to win now. And what is I'm going to read out a statement about a paragraph, and in this paragraph there are going to be 3 hidden facts, correct facts, in this paragraph about anime. But in this paragraph there's going to be loads of incorrect facts. And what you have to do is, as I'm reading it, you have to call out and say, yes, that is a fact. And if you get it right and it is a fact, you get a point. That sounds simple, right?
Okay.
Like, can you also say if a
Yeah.
fact's incorrect, or does it
If you
only
get
get
it wrong,
points for?
If you get it
correct
wrong,
Don't.
if you get it wrong, you lose a point. That's the twist.
facts? Ah, okay.
This is
Okay.
all to play for here. So I'm just going to read this out. Are you guys ready? Are you guys mentally prepared?
Ah, sure, hit me.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Have you guys done an hour of meditation before this?
Yes, I've been completing my Zen meditation.
No, but it's fine. It's fine.
Channel the penguins, Callum.
Oh,
Channel 'em.
suspense. Yeah.
Ask a question about Full Metal Jacket. We watched that recently.
Well, it's just going to be about anime in general. It's not going to be about anime. It's just going to be kind of little facts. Okay.
Oh, okay.
The oldest dated anime was originally created in
Oh, you
1881.
mentioned this in your fucking video, but I can't remember that. I'm not going to say.
Correct. I'm gonna say correct.
Nope, you lose a point.
Wasn't it in the
Oh, fuck.
1900s sometime?
1907.
Yeah.
1907, I think.
Watch his video, you idiot.
It featured comedy duo Ant and Dec as they travelled through Japan in search of game show ideas.
Incorrect.
Well, you don't get a point for saying it's incorrect. You just, if it's not correct, there's
Oh.
there's loads of incorrects, and there's only 3 corrects.
Oh,
Yeah, we're still playing the
okay.
game. I spaced out. Okay, keep going.
I was so proud of myself for getting that. Yes, this anime did not feature Ant and Dec.
The first anime only contained 50 frames. Fast forward a few years, and the first anime TV show was made, Pokemon, known in Japan as Pocket Creatures.
No, that's wrong.
The idea of Pokemon came from the creator's hobby of collecting insects. He got
True.
God damn,
Yes,
I think
that
that
is
is
true.
true, yeah.
Yep, that's true. That's back to 2-2.
Oh, yeah, because Callum lost one.
Yeah.
He got the inspiration when he was just 9 years old. Now there are over 8,000 anime TV shows listed online databases. Many studios create anime. The most productive...
Yes, many studios create anime. That is correct.
that creates anime.
That is not a fact. Well,
It is, though.
It is a fact. It is a fact, but it's not one of the facts.
Alright. Don't get busy with me.
The most productive studio being Sunrise. Having created 416 shows, more than 80% of these shows featuring robots.
True.
I'd say that's true.
Okay, so it's 2-2, so there's one fact in that statement.
It was
that
true
you guys
about
didn't get.
80% in the robots, wasn't it?
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Callum, do you want to have a guess as well? I'll give you guys one guess of a fact each.
Alright, I'll just say it's...
I won't. It doesn't.
Oh, God
have-
damn it.
Not. It's less than 80% of the are robots.
I don't know, I haven't seen any Gundams.
That fact is incorrect.
Ah, damn it.
Yes.
That means Callum, you've won 2-1.
Ah.
Oh my
You've
god.
won the show 2-1 right at the end as
Oh
well.
my god. Oh my god.
You've won.
Wait,
You've
what
won the
would
grand
have
prize,
happened if we
Callum. How'd you
didn't say
feel?
anything?
That's the thing. Sunrise is well known for being the king of mecha shows. However, they do a massive amount of kids shows which don't involve mechas.
They also do things like Love
So-
Live and stuff like that.
I haven't even seen any
Yeah,
Sunrise
yeah,
shows.
I mean, they do loads because
Yeah,
there's like 12
oh.
studios in Sunrise. The other,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
for the record, the other, the third fact that was true was that they've created 416 shows, but they're not the most productive studio.
Aren't they? Who is the most
mate, it was
studio?
Pocket.
Toei-
It was
Toei.
Pocket Monsters, not Pocket. Whatever
Toei-
fucking you
oh.
said.
Yeah.
might be.
It was, but yeah, that was the one that catches people out. Is I said pocket creatures when it's pocket monsters.
What did
Yeah.
you say?
I was wary after that
Yeah.
point because I'd already lost a
I feel like after we lost a
early on,
point,
I
we
was
were
like,
just
oh god, I'm equal now. I can't fuck
we were
up.
just sitting there like we don't want to know.
The free facts were the first anime only contained 50 frames. The idea of Pokemon came from the creator's hobby of collecting insects, and Sunrise have created 416 shows. But everything else is false, unless by some miracle it is not false, and he did come up with it when he was 9 years old, but I don't think he did. Also, the one about there's being 8,000 anime TV shows listed on the databases online is false,
Yeah.
but there are 8,000 anime listed, just not 8,000 TV shows, so that is a correct fact, but it's just not
Yeah,
anime TV shows.
I didn't want to risk it because I know there is over that,
Yeah.
but I was thinking, OVAs,
Yeah,
specials, you get caught up in all that.
So that's the end of the show, and it's
Oh my
Callum
God.
2,
Golden prize for
Anthony
Callum.
1. Yeah, so Callum, you
thought
win the
it was-
massive prize that Glenn holds, so you're gonna have to message Glenn and ask for the big prize.
Okay.
Is it a picture of you naked?
Well, the thing is, I can't tell anyone on the show because it's only for winners. So, Callum, you're just gonna have to
can't be
message
deep.
Glenn if he's still online. It's
Are you
probably
actually
like
messaging?
7. It's probably like 7 o'clock in the morning.
Glenn's
for
always
Glenn right
fucking
now.
open. I mean, awake.
He's always open. Yeah.
Oh, he's always open for me.
It's apparently 7 a.m. For him, so I'm not quite sure if he's up or not.
He's probably
but
up.
he'll get back to me.
And for losing,
Tell me about my grand prize.
no.
and for losing, you have to watch a specific show.
Oh,
a show that
no.
Matt had to watch last time.
Oh god, no.
It's
Please
a
don't.
show by Studio Arm.
What is it?
Which tells you everything already.
What is
And
it?
it's a show called I Want to Be the World's Strongest. And it is an ecchi female wrestling show.
You can go to fucking hell.
And you have to at least add it to your currently watching list.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
I'm actually reviewing it, so
Oh, yeah.
I've already got that problem.
oh my god, I
Amazing
hate
looks.
you, Lewis. I literally looked at the Wikipedia, and the first picture of the manga, I'm just like, no. You hate me, don't you? It is
It
literally...
is
that
literally about girls wrestling and making moaning noises.
How long is it? 12 episodes?
I've watched it.
Oh,
Glenn's watched
Yeah.
it as well.
But I don't like being in pain.
I think it's would be a very entertaining show. I think it'll
Well-
be a good break for you, Anthony.
Want to be the strongest in the world, that's the name. It's a good show. It's got idols in it as well.
Yeah.
They're idol
It's idol
wrestlers.
wrestlers. That's a weird That's a weird combination, but they play it off.
This is exactly how we ended the last episode as well, talking about the show. I think I'm going to end every single episode talking about
Why
the show.
are both the quotes just Hagiwara Sakura? That is not a quote. That's just someone saying someone's name.
Maybe they say it. Well, it's a commentator, so you'd imagine he'd probably say it quite a lot.
To be honest, most of the dialogue in that show is just moaning. Because
Well,
they've got them in holds and they're just going, oh no.
It's like the most
Most
balanced
difficult
scores I've ever seen. There's like even numbers on everything.
Yeah, it's got an average of 2.64 on Hummingbird.
Why
5,
is
not out of 10.
everyone like 4 out of 4 people found this review useful and it's like happy saying this anime is successful as a sports show as it makes the audience feel something
you are
most.
judging this far too quickly.
33 users gave it a 10 out of 10. I mean, if that doesn't speak for
Yeah.
itself,
But 34
Yeah,
users get it
33 that-
half.
I'm sure those are the 33 people that got it right.
and I think
you can have a
they're
great time,
all
Anthony.
professional movie critics as well. I think
Yes.
it says somewhere.
Yeah.
It says somewhere.
Gonna make
Yeah,
a
so
video
that's,
just saying cursing Lewis.
Yeah, you should review it. An Anime Hanashi special.
Yeah, and not many people have watched it. It's right up your alley, Anthony.
Or next time you come on, you can talk about it. That can be the thing you've watched.
Oh yeah.
That's what Matt's going to do.
Yeah.
Next time Matt's on the podcast. I'm not letting him back on until he's watched it. You can talk about it.
Ugh.
That's the rule. That's the rule if you lose.
So the rule is just
so-
every time you lose, you make us watch shit anime. Genius.
Amazing anime. 10
Yeah.
out of 10. Very few people gave it a 10 out of 10.
All right, fair enough.
Okay.
So, so thanks for coming on, guys. You want to say goodbye?
No worries. See ya.
Bye. Thanks for watching Anime Hanashi. And I won. Oh my god. I can't believe I won. I was so scared that I'd beat that guy who just loses all the time whenever he comes on.